With Election Day fast approaching, the race for the 13th Norfolk district seat in the Massachusetts House of Representatives is heating up. Two candidates, each with different backgrounds, are competing for the spot. Democratic nominee Joshua Tarsky, an educator and military veteran, faces off against unenrolled candidate Bill Dermody, a lifelong Needham resident and real estate professional. Municipal producer Yushai Iwan sat down with both candidates, and let's take a look at the highlights from those interviews.
Currently serving as a school principal, Joshua Tarsky traces his passion for education back to his time as a Green Beret in Afghanistan, where he was tasked with building schools.
Specifically, girls' schools and vocational schools, because I thought those were the most immediate needs of the country. I fell in love with that, and I thought that was the real solution to ending the war, was to actually nation build through schools and laws.
After leaving active duty, Tarsky began his career as an English teacher, eventually advancing to lead a public school for grades 6 through 12. Along the way, he earned a law degree and now practices as an attorney for the Massachusetts National Guard.
I was first legal services for the National Guard with Massachusetts, and then I became Child Defense Services. I was the senior regional defense counsel where I represented soldiers who got in trouble. And then now I am currently with the 151 Regional Support Group, where I advise commanders and try to support the unit through sound legal advice.
Bill Dermody is no stranger to Needham, with a long track record of local public service. Not only has he been involved in town government, taking on roles with the trustees of Memorial Park and the Park and Recreation Commission, but he has also served as the president of the Needham Exchange Club and coached more than 100 youth sports teams.
Anyone you talk to can say, I love this community, I love serving, the community. And most of the things I do, 100% I would say I don't get paid for. So it's just my love for the community. And recently I've got to know Dover and Medfield, and I've known Dover already, and I want to work for constituent service. So if someone's having a problem, they call me up, how can I help you?
Professionally, Dermody's decades of experience in real estate have positioned him as the liaison for the Massachusetts Association of Realtors, working with both federal and state legislatures.
We talk to the legislators about which bills we like, and sometimes we don't like a bill. So we advocate, and we don't advocate on a Republican side or a Democratic side. We advocate what's best for private property rights.
Both candidates list housing affordability and climate change among their top priorities.
Some of the things we need to do is to make sure that public servants, police, fire, teachers, nurses, municipal employees, those who, protect our property, put out our fires, teach our kids, have a way to be in the town. They're a vital part of it. They should be allowed to live here. I think we need to transition to electric-based power sources in as many ways as possible. The train, more carports. I think we need more bike lanes and sidewalks. I hear a lot about that. The solar options.
Dermody expressed uncertainty about whether the MBTA community use law, which requires participating towns and cities to allow multifamily housing near transit station, would be sufficient.
So if someone builds something and there's more two families and there's more housing, is it going to be cheaper though? Is it going to be less expensive? It might be a little less expensive, but it's still going to have, be not really affordable for people. And how do we get that so it's affordable for people who aren't making the high incomes? Because the blue collar is so important to our community to keep things running. The service workers, the food establishments, when you go to them, they're all dying for help.
In addition, Dermody acknowledged while he agreed Needham was not ready for the plastic water bottle ban at the previous town meeting, the issue should continue to be studied.
We still need to look at that issue. Because we said no right now, just say, okay, we said no, forget about it. Let's continue to look at it, and maybe that is something we want to do down the line.
Having lived in Needham for 3 years, Tarsky noted while some may view him as new to the area, his experiences across the state and country provide him with unique perspectives and skills.
Some of these experiences have shaped me. I think I've worked with folks in all different types of background. I think I can improve schools. I think there's too few legislators with my background, both militarily and education. And I think you need people who have been in the weeds that can inform these discussions and guide them. I just want to progress, and I'm happy to listen to people of all different beliefs and work towards common solutions. I just think there's not enough of that right now.
Dermody highlighted his experience tackling local challenges and stressed his commitment to delivering benefits to the communities he represents.
I also have been on, the community center study committee, a lot of study committees, a lot of things, and I help people build consensus, and I think I'm level-headed. I want to make sure the funding comes back to our communities that's supposed to come back to the communities of Needham, Dover, and Medfield. And then my final thing is I want to do policies at a state level that are best for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and its population.
To watch the complete interviews, visit the Needham Channel's YouTube page. You can also read the article about the two candidates on needhamlocal.org.
And please note, Bill Dermody is the vice president of the Needham Community Television Development Corporation, the board that oversees both the Needham Channel and Needham Local. However, the board does not exert any editorial control over the reporting of either outlet.